All right. For whatever reason, earlier I was thinking about just starting to set up my 4-bit adder design, which is the next step in the process here. And I was just going to throw them together. I was going to, because it looks like the 4x4 is going to be the optimal way to go. But I'll still do both because there may be instances again where you want the longer, thinner one versus the square one, the rectangular one versus the square one. And I'm like, why wouldn't I show the process? Because why go to? I literally started stamping these. I was like, all right, here we go. I'm going to start doing this. And then I was looking at how I was going to do it. And then I was going to like show my finished project on another stream of some kind. And I'm like, why do all the boring shit early on that I know I'm doing that I'm being really nitpicky on, and then get to the more complex designs and not even show myself hooking them up? So I'm like, this is not what I was planning on doing. I wanted to do all of this stuff just to show how I grow, how I'm figuring things out, because obviously I wasn't a master from the beginning. I'm still not a master now. I'm still figuring things out and still learning. So I wanted to kind of show the learning process. So as I stamped these out and I was starting to think about it, I'm like, that's what I want. The whole reason I even want to record the stuff in the first place, this is to show how I think, because I would consider myself more of like the average kind of person who just has some math and some basic skills of this stuff, even though I do some of it in my job. Still something that I'm not, obviously not very, what you would call, the word I'm thinking about, I'm not sure. I'm definitely weak at this stuff. It's not my forte, so to speak. So I thought it was important to kind of show how someone like me thinks, who has somewhat of a background in some of this type of stuff, but not exactly this. Because I could come up with something out of the box. Maybe, I don't know. Or not. Maybe I just completely waste my time doing this stuff. I think I'm going to do this just to kind of keep it for more like aesthetic purposes, I guess. I kind of do want the designs to look nice. Now, of course, the first thing I'm running into is the negative and the positive are on the same row, the same y-axis. So already it's looking like the best thing to do would be maybe follow this guy. So I need to be like 2 over. And then I can just simply do this. So I'm just getting the power out of the way because it's kind of the easiest thing. And that way I can kind of talk a little bit. And then I'll get into the good stuff. All right, so the power rails are done. It's simply power into that guy. And remember, my inverters, it's just one connection because it's going down the middle, outputting either side. This, on my 2x8, this is my XOR gate, the first part of the processing. And then this inverter is for this section that I never really could figure out what the heck I would call that. I don't believe it's an exclusive NOR. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's a 3 input 2 output exclusive, or I believe because of the way it's wired, the way it crisscrosses in. I I think I still have my, yeah, this thing. So this section of it right here, these two guys, and then this cluster here is what I'm talking about. And as you can see, I have A and B rail of these guys. I have a rail here, a gateway. These are the gates. I call them rails, but they provide the gates to the inverter. This will do the inverse and this, so A and B comes in, and this helps inverse the A and the B. So whatever's flowing, we're going to get the inverse out of this inverter, and then you can see where that controls this set of rails, this gateway here, and that'll re-inverse it for the carry out. And then there's an input there, and this is for the sum. So this cluster here handles the sum. This cluster here handles the carry out. I still, again, couldn't 100% wrap my brain around this part. I was having trouble with it. I was getting there as I was originally reducing my transistor size from, I think it was like a 27 down to the 16. And as I was getting it, I was like, I really think I can combine my two AND gateways and my OR. And, in an off way, it actually seems like I combined everything. I have my first XOR right here. There's its inverter, and there's these guys. That's an XOR all day right there. Line 1, line 2, and line 3, both positive and negative transistors. This guy is an inverter for this series of transistors that I wish I had some kind of a name for. I think it's a three input to output XOR. Based on the truth table, that's what it seems like, but I'm not 100% on that. So again, this is the middle part of it. This is the input to give me the outputs, and this is all shared. And that way, this side of this inverter. So I think at one point, I did call this like a transmission gate. It really isn't, because they are two separate inverters with what they control. This inverter controls this side of my circuit. This inverter controls this right side of my circuit. The way everything's laid out, it just comes across as a 3 input, 2 output exclusive OR. So that being said, I'm going to start off with the 2x8, and I still think my 4x4 is going to be better, and I'm going to explain why. The main thing you're dealing with on this 4-bit adder circuit is daisy chaining your carry out, which is this guy right here. On the 2x8, my carry out is coming from here. This is 5 and 6 on my schematic. So I didn't save a 2x8 of this schematic, but I know what it is, because I know it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this guy would be in the 3rd position. 7 and 8 would be in the 4th. Then the 3 and 4 would be in the 2nd bank of transistors. So this guy right here, what I want to do is I want to take my carry. I don't need to take it from here and go all the way over. I don't have to do that. What I can do is, this is the output here. It's fed from these guys. I just need to make sure I piggyback off of this right here. So what I can simply do is get in there and bring him over to carry out. That's the combined one right there. And I need to bring it over to the carry in. And the carry in of this circuit, unfortunately, is down here. But if you follow it, it'd probably be easier if I lit it up. I'll just light it up with B for right now. I didn't want to do that. Can I just start it? This should be D, right? Okay. So just to help show things better, even though this is B here, I'm just showing it just to help with the visualizations. This is my carry in, my C in. So you can see it going here. So let's do this. This will help. Bring that there. I'm going to do this carry in as red. So just for visual, this isn't the finished product. I'm showing my carry in on my first 1-bit adder right here. This is this guy right here. Carry in. It's going through the circuit, yada, yada, yada. When it's processed, it's going to go through. Let's just follow this PMOS right here, this positive transistor. This is the carry out combined going out to here. This is it. This is the circuit right here. So you follow this guy. I'm not going to color code him unless I could turn. I can't turn move my inputs to the right side, so we're just going to have to make this work. This is it right here. So you can see you follow it to this bank of negative transistors right here. See my carry in. I lit that up as red, so that's it right here. Red won't go through a negative, but if it were blue, it would go through, and the gate would have to be active as well, a red gate to allow it to go through. So, which will happen when the circuit is turned on and working. So it'll come out here, and you can see what I'm talking about, where all I got to do is jumper that guy over to this guy. But here's my problem. Let's look at it from this perspective. I cannot squeeze this guy in through here. It won't fit. Going up, I'll touch these guys. Going to the right, I'll touch this guy. Going straight, I'm going to touch that guy. You know, everything's in the way. I can't get through the circuit right here. But the rail, the gateway, I can bring this out and then get it over to the, I don't want to go from the carry in. I need the combined carry out to come over here. So what I would essentially do, well, I can't come straight out. Actually, this is a problem. Hang on. Yeah, because if I go up, I'm touching that as well. Actually, never mind. I do have a problem here. Because I can't go this way with it. So I'll have to give myself a little bit more room here, huh? Can I go straight up here? Yeah. But then that's still... And that touches. That. And that still touches. I can't go over. I can't go out. Damn, I thought I had enough room. All right. So it looks like we forced to... I can't go over there. All this stuff is already. I was gonna build it off of this guy right here, and I didn't pay attention to the fact that I don't have the room. So here's the solution. I can't go up. And then this guy will touch this guy, so that's a problem too. So what if I just keep doing that, and then now I can go up. Okay, but I can't go over. However, here's the fix. And this is why I'm recording this stuff. Now that this guy has room, see that? I don't need this anymore. And by doing that, I'm not touching. So this combined output is still good. It'll still flow. That is for the sum, if I remember right. And see, now I can go this way with it. And I still need to come off of this gray guy right here. So, and coming out, he touches. So close, it's hard to tell. But I think I might need to run this bar up right here. I don't think I'm going to have much of a choice on that one, because that's the logical place to come out, is right here. Trying to go up and over, just really not giving myself much room here. I'm doing this for a reason. I don't want to build the whole circuit and then start trying to, it's going to take me forever to set that stuff up. So I'm trying to kind of already have it somewhat where I want it. I know damn well I'm going to end up going back and redesigning shit anyways, but I got to at least try to not have it too spaced out. So yeah, I think we're going to have to raise this bar up no matter what we do. There's just not much wiggle room here the way I have this designed. Because I can't come out here because of the gateways, because of the rails, and then this guy touches that guy. So I just don't have much of a choice. Going up and over. I mean, I guess I could consider a possible redesign of this guy here, and then I could come up and over. But I'm trying to keep that as short as possible. But I think I can do that. I think I could do this. That saves blocks. Oh, why wasn't that in my original design? Here's what we're going to do. I'm not worried about changing this design here. I will do this for every one of these guys. But I think in my original 8 design, I need to change that. And then it'll be implemented on each copy of this one. Now that I'm looking at it, I can still probably make that better. But that's not going to work. That'll touch there. Yeah, that's going to have to stay like that. And I'm just curious how much that'll help the flow, because that should shorten that trace a little bit. So I may have found a little slight design flaw in my 2x8. So let's, this will save, this will stay there, fine. Okay, let me look at this again. What's going on here? me fix this. Yeah, that's a shorter route. Yeah. My other design was 642 on the ticks. It's 5 less blocks and 4 less ticks on that. That's better. All right. For a second there, I thought I saved over my 4x4 full ladder, but I renamed it. So this is the new one, so I can get rid of that and just rename that one. Yeah. So you just delete that. Rename this one. And so it's probably a good habit to do that just in case you actually accidentally resave a new blueprint like this. And see, there's going to be instances where on some of these guys too, that I'll probably go back and maybe do the faster tick version of some of those guys, do the smallest block version of them, things. I can do that too, but I didn't really get that deep into those. I was already struggling with them in the first place, so that's I think the easiest thing would be to just restart it. It won't take long to do it. And then we don't want to do that. We want to give ourselves a little bit of room. So I'm going to do that. I still think the one block in between is going to be fine. I will make it work. Okay. Get the power out of the way, get it done. I can just delete all of it and it's gone. All right. So see, that didn't take too terribly long to do that. Just for my visualization purposes, I do that to keep those guys out of the way. We're going to do that. Okay. And again, the reason we went through all that trouble was it seemed like, I guess I could have redesigned this stuff too, because I do need it to go up. So I would need this to be like this so I can, and I don't think that really hurts me. So then I wouldn't have to redesign all of those. I would have it ready. That's the last thing I should have to do, and then I think I'll be done, and then it'll be easier to hook this stuff up. So this guy here, so that I can raise him up, just do this. and do that. And that's not going to cost me anything. It's not going to be a big deal. Everything's in place. Verify nothing changed. Should be fine. 638. 430. Yep. Save it. Rename it. Okay. I can probably no, because I think the blocks will still be there, and I'll still have to delete them. Okay. Hopefully, this is the last time I do that. I'm sorry. This is all part of the process. You just have to kind of embrace it. Just embrace the process. So now everything's ready to go. This can go here. This can go up. And then we want to, man, I really wish I didn't have to go up and over. That's where I'm thinking this design here is going to suffer, is this thing I'm doing right here. Because the 4x4, I don't think I even have to do this part. I think it's literally, once I kind of show it, it's much better. Guess we'll do it like that. Kind of would rather, can I go this way? Yeah. And then I have to hop over that guy. It is what it is. Okay. Let's finish doing this while it's fresh in my brain, and I should be able to get it done pretty quickly. Connect our sum out. Go this way, up, over, over. I kind of like it better that way. Okay, next. did that one different for some reason. All right, so now the carry out here is the actual carry out. And then keep this one the same. And we can how do we want to do? There's going to be 4 sums. These guys probably need to be right about here. Here's what I can do. We're going to keep these guys off the ground. We don't need them at all. To shorten the trace, we just need that combined out. Remember, keep in mind this is the carry in. It flows through the transistor, and this is the combined carry out. Here's this side, and this is that negative side. That stuff's all hooked up. So instead of having to flow to the right of this first 2x8, we just need to simply move along the daisy chain. Okay, here's the daisy chain. It carries in, it flows in, it combines and processes, and then it's, my carry out for the 2x8 was on the upper right here. That's what I just deleted. I don't need that to come out there now. It just needs to go to the carry in of the next 2x8, which is exactly what I did here. It's flowing here. All it has to do is it's touching this guy, and now it's a part of that circuit again. And if I move my carry in, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. If I move my carry in here and just simply hook it up, see how it's all touching? See the flow? How I'm verifying that it's working. It's going over to this carry in right here, see? Well, I'm sorry, the carry out. The carry in, this C in right here of my second full bit adder is connected to the carry out of the first adder. That's this guy right here, see? So I just verified continuity. I verified my input of my second guy is connected to the output of the first. So I have this verifies the continuity right there. Okay. And if I simply move this guy over to here, same thing. Watch. See? It's in the carry in, and it's combined with the carry out. And see, here's that stinger still there from the other guy. That I don't need it. All I need is the combined output of this second block, that second 2x8, connected to the carry in of the third one. Move this guy down. Boom. Connect that, light it up. Boom. I'm verifying continuity again. I'm on the carry in of the fourth full bed adder, connected to the carry out of the third full bit adder. And there it is. There's the stinger. Trim, boom, gone. Verified continuity. Now, I do need this output of this guy right here, because this is my new final fourth carry out that is actually going to be my carry out. So we're going to take this guy and move him there. And I may decide to do something different. I don't know yet, but I just needed to show that right there is my last carry out. I don't need any of the other ones. They're all gone. So, that being said, the hell do we do with the sum? Because again, I'm using some of this real estate here. That may be something I need to consider changing. And because of this guy, that's going to be a problem. Because even if I turn him this way, it's still going to be in the way, huh? Let's say I do that and then do that. Yeah, see, I'm touching that other thing anyways. So you'd be looking at some more redesigning if I'm trying to trim up this stuff. But of course, I'll still try. But I don't see where I can. It looks like these outputs have to stay together. I don't believe I can separate them. If I can, I don't know what option it is or how. I don't believe I can. I think that it does have to be together. Same thing with these. Like they show them in these clusters here. It would be super nice if I can just keep them together like that. But I'm not seeing any other option to break them apart like that. I would imagine that I could. It would, the game, like the developer would make it so where they had separate of these little thermometer looking things or whatever the hell it is to relocate the input. If it was doable, it would just have it on each one and label each one A1, B1, A2, B2, or whatever they would call it. But this is A of A, B of A, C of A, D of A, and they all stay together. So another thing I noticed that I'm not going to need is this carry-in right there. I only need it to touch where we can trim up more of this. I only need it to touch to right here, to this negative transistor. So I can get rid of all this stuff and it should save on ticks. There, trim all that up. So I'm going to get all that out of the way right now. I do need it on the first one though. I need to put that back. Let's just undo it. Make sure I'm at the right spot. Okay. The first one I do have a carry in, so I am using that. This on this 2x8 that B is here. I'm sorry, A is there, B is there, and the carry. I know it's the carry in because it bypasses the first two banks of transistors. My XOR inverter and all this stuff. So that's how I know that that's my carry in on this one. I think on the 4x4, I moved the carry into the top, if I remember right, and my B was in the middle or something. But everywhere else, I can delete all this garbage. I'm not going to need it. Just making sure I'm paying attention and being a good boy here. Not causing myself any future grief. Okay, you can come up here. You are going to be right there. All right. How can we... locate my outputs and inputs and everything properly. I don't really feel like I want to send it top like the schematic shows. I think it's better to be in the middle. But I'm also seeing the problem of how I have this designed, because I need this negative terminal to touch also this one. And then we're having the combined output here of these positive transistors. This is the combined sum output right here that goes to there. So this design, unfortunately, is not very good for this case. Because right there, yeah, this is touching, this is the third one, but then your fourth one's right there and it's going to touch. So maybe leave it like that. And then I just need to do something with this design where, unfortunately, I just go up and over. Like that. Problem is how am I going to get this guy over to here? That's going to touch. I could move this guy over, right? Yeah. Which means I can move this guy over. It's still going to touch. Let's see, I can't move this gateway down here because then it's touching that negative terminal. I think I got it. That needs to go there. This one's a problem too, right here. think what I'm going to have to do and then that's touching. They end up having to cross at some point. Okay, that one is solved. Let's see, that right there is a problem because then it's touching that guy. Damn it. See how much this one is a pain in the ass? It's like I almost pretty much need to put the carry out on the bottom because I can't cross here. So you're better off eliminating this. I can't touch that one. You're still touching at that point. I hate having to do that. That's some out. That's the carry out. There's got to be a better way to do this. And it's going to end up probably real estate moving over or something. And this is going to be a cluster right here. Like I'm already looking at it like if I'm having trouble with 4 outputs, these 8 are going to be even worse. I haven't looked at any of these designs for stuff like this at all, or I've not looked around even for them. But I believe essentially when you're dealing with multiple inputs and multiple outputs, you unfortunately are better off. You just have to do a larger die of just using more of your ground level, because otherwise you're going up and over stuff so much. If you're spending more than like 5 or 6 blocks going up, you might as well just leave it on the ground and just absorb the extra um, volume, having extra die. So I'm probably fighting a losing battle here. But let's hook it up. There's that guy. There's going to be so much crossing and crap going on. Yeah, we're just going to have to go up and over. Just thinking about it. I'm like, man. This is not what I want. Because how are you going to get this B over to that guy? I guess I can try and jump it here and just raise this up a little bit. That's not touching. I can't go up yet, can I? Damn it. I'm trying to not really alter the integrity of the existing line. Again, I'm probably fighting a losing battle on this. There's so many things that are going to have to be coming out. I'm probably wasting my time. But it's all part of the process, right? Famous words from a very, very intelligent, smart man. All right, the first two are complete. So this guy stays on the ground. Can't do that. So in order to save on that design, I would probably need to pull out, what, 2 more blocks that way. So some of it you can kind of lay on top of each other in a way, similar to like this stuff that I'm doing here. But I don't know. Like you can feed the A and B down together somewhat, but I don't know. Let's fire it up, see if it works. It's going to work on the first try, right? The first try, it works every time. Oh, I think that shouldn't matter, right? So if it does, it's going to touch. I do that a lot. Where I'm sorry, what? Am I seeing what I'm seeing? So this is not the most reduced version. There's going to be an additional. You've got to be shitting me. There's a way to reduce more transistors out of this circuit. Oh man, you suck. So the blocks is pretty good, and I think this is my best one, right? No. Yes. My best block design. No, the other one is better. Not by much though. So I made my little comparisons because I wanted to kind of know the trouble I was going through, if it was worth it. My 4x4 was 425 blocks, and my 2x8, fixing that little snafu earlier, I got it down to 430, looks like. So they're pretty close. So I'm suspicious that, well, the 4x4 should be better because my carry out to carry in is going to be way better, which I believe is also going to improve the ticks. I don't think it's going to improve it that much, but look at some of these in comparison. So, wow. All right. Still going to save it. I'm going to rename it the 4-bit full adder 2x8. So, So what I'm thinking is there's going to be something I can do better with how I do. I think the outputs I'm doing, I think this stuff is garbage. There's got to be a better way to do this. So I'll probably have to go back to the drawing board for that. Can't believe that took me an hour to do all that shit. I thought it'd be much quicker. By 4. I'm not screwing around. Two. Yeah, that's not enough room. And see, that gives me the option of maybe redesigning that. You see the one on the very left, I might be able to do something a little different with that. Yeah, let's just give it a shot. Make sure I'm in line. Give myself at least a block in between. Okay. Let's get the power out of the way. Same problem. I need to, because they're in line with each other, I need to kind of do this. Okay. Okay. All right, so this one's a little different. Does anybody know where their carry in is? This is my inverter bank on the right. This is my XOR right here. So this is the inverter for the bottom stuff. So this should be my carry in right here. And then we'll verify continuity after we're done. This, if I remember right, was the carry out, which my really nice about this one is my carry out, the combined is on the ground. So all I got to do is simply just build it from right here. And guess where my carry in is? Right here. So I can just go boom. But there's a minor problem. That alone is not good enough. I need to jumper it. That's a common thing I forget or I don't do, so that whenever it's red, it'll still flow. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to, because of this gateway right here, this rail, I can't go up right there. So I'm going to have to do it another I'll have to do it a little sooner. Maybe like this. I'm going to end up touching that guy. Both these guys are the same height. And I'm not trying to, go all the way down with it, but I can't go up here. But I can go up. Nope, not unless I redesign this one too. Then there's this guy in the way. Yeah. He needs to stay where he's at. He only goes over to get up on over this rail. So then we're looking at another redesign of some kind here. Because I'm looking at these all these guys, they're all right there, man. So it looks like the fix for this one is going to have to be go over 2 more blocks and then bring this down. Bring that up like that. Can't I make it cleaner by going over to the left? I guess I technically could, even though it's kind of silly. At that point, you might as well start it sooner. Let's do this. Instead of going that far with it, go up here first. And then like that. That should work fine. All right. So we got it set up. Let's verify continuity. Do we remember how we verify continuity? This is your carry in. This is your carry in right here. Hooked it up to the wrong thing. Bam. We are on the carry in of the second 4x4. This is this whole guy right in the middle here. That carry in is connected to the carry out that you can see right there. It's on the ground. Much shorter trace, much better. So we'll see if that's better results. So that's the fix. Boom, up, over. Why is that touching? Oh, I went that way with it. Duh. Continuity. And you're not going to need this guy. So while we're going, let's clean up so we don't forget. I need that guy because I needed to go over there. That's a long ways, man. But it is what it is. Let's go to the next one. Was that it? I'm getting lost already. 4x4, 4x4. Yeah, this is it right here. I mean, we can turn it on and see how it goes out nice and fairly even. I do like the 4x4 design. It is, again, a little bit more spread out, but it was more streamlined. I felt like I put some more thought into it, at least, is what I kind of feel like I did. It would look nicer to have this go like that. It's the same amount of blocks. It just looks cleaner. Okay, that guy's done. Last but not least is this guy. Done deal. Bring our carry out, carry in. Boom, boom, boom. And there we go. We have continuity here. We're good. This carry out makes our job easier because let's not forget to delete this guy. So in this case, we're not crossing anything like the last. This is also a little bit better. It's just simply going to go there and it'll be done. All right, these guys. Another thing we can clean up too, just to be brief, just to save on the ticks a little bit, is just trim up this stuff here, because it's the carry out is only going to the next carry in. Need those blocks. I don't remember if I did that on the other circuit. I might not have. No, I did. That's right. It was those stingers. It was aerial. It was those stingers I was calling them. All right. Whoops. I don't want to do that. This, unfortunately, this guy's going to have to go like this, which means the last one's going to be the problem right here. So how do we fix that? We're just going to have to move this guy. No problem. Boom. I don't think I can go any further because I'll touch that rail. It's going much better that way, isn't it? All right, here's the A. Let's bring the carry in back. Isn't that the other carry in? Did I forget to delete that one? No shit. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I forgot to delete that one. Wow. So I think I mentioned it in the very beginning. I think I can work with this guy, getting rid of this. And I actually technically gave myself 3 spaces to kind of work with, which is making it easier. Because all I need is just a little stinger to kind of come out. I should be okay. So let's bring it out to here. Because that was B, right? I think this is B. And this guy is A. Pretty sure that's how it went. Kind of want the first one to be lined up. Yeah, I think A was here and B was here. This might be a little bit more challenging than I thought. What I may do, and again, I don't really like redesigning the original. Yeah, I don't know. That works, but it's going to add a little bit to it. It might be okay. Again, I need B to come out and cross, and it's these crossings that just kill me. And here I lined this up, and it's not even the right B. That guy needs to go there. Yeah, I really think it's going to be best to do stuff like that. But I do need to figure out this B situation, because I can't just go straight up, because this bar right here, this rail kind of screws me on my design. So it seems like it might be in my best interest to get rid of it around and have, because these guys are going to be in the air anyways, because I can't have them on the ground. I might have to do that. I might have to redesign it. Because keep in mind, let's say I come out, but I'm going to have to try and come up, and I'm done. I can't go up anymore. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to do that. I can already tell you that that's going to be the best way to go. This guy, I can just simply bring him out like that. It's a done deal. And then these guys will just have to jump her over. God, that sucks. And then this guy would be like this. Let's go ahead and like that. I can feed this A from right here. I can almost just stick it in right there too. But it would be touching that as well. So no. Stuff like that kills me, man. You have to do it twice. I'll do it a third time. All right. Let's get this B out of the way. This will. Oh, you need to get out of the way. You go up here. I think this A design that I'm doing here is the best option. And this guy sucks right here. That thing right there just sucks. Okay. This is the last thing to fix right here. I think I can just go this way. God, that sucks. All right. Again, it's going to work on the first try, right? That's what happened last time. There's a way to reduce the amount of transistors on that, really? All right. Where did I make any notes on that on this one? No. I did save it saying 2x8, right? Just to be safe. I'm pretty sure I did. 4-bit full adder 2x8. Yeah. Okay. So I can save this. I should have made a note. Why didn't I make my notes of what the numbers were? I wanted to see what was best. I didn't write them down, and then I have to redo all that crap again for the outputs and shit. I never made a design for this because I was just stamping it. So before I go any further, I just want to make a little note. Oh, well, no, here, you can just look at the best. The other one was better. See how it was 18, 19 blocks? So it was less blocks for the other one. Now it was tighter. So that's what helped. So I think because I ended up going 3 wide on the input side that's the big difference. And I don't believe can I reduce that? No, because look at this. In order to do those, I can't because then they'll be touching. That was kind of the symptom I had on the output side before. So 3 wide there is definitely beneficial for doing some of that stuff. And I'm okay with doing 2 here. What was shorting out there? The 2 wide seems fine there. So, yeah, I think we're good. And this is just the first rough draft, just putting it together. Of course, I can start working on other things with the traces, and I haven't even looked into optimize the 4-bit and the 8-bit adders at all. I just was like trying to make the 1-bit one really good so that when I do this, I get an advanced chip. So I do have advanced versions of a 2x8 4-bit and a 4x4 4-bit. So not bad. Definitely not bad. All of that work I put into the previous chips is what led me to this. Because otherwise, it's just a streamlined chip or a horribly slow chip like I first designed within the first few hours of doing stuff in this game. So you can see a lot of holes in my design. There's probably some other things I can do to maybe shift some things around. I could make this better, obviously, but that's going to be one of those things that I'll probably have to spend some time on if I want to do that. But what I'm definitely curious of is why the hell this is not the most reduced chip. Like, what else are you doing? Wouldn't a 4-bit adder be 4 1-bit adders together, or am I missing something? Is there some math I need to do? Because, I mean, does all of this right here mean that, hey, it's possible to get it as low as 12 or 20 range, or half of what I have, maybe 32? Is there a way to maybe take 2 1-bit adders and manipulate their outputs to get the results I want to simulate? That's probably what it is. I bet you that's what it is. My gut's telling me as I'm speaking it and thinking about it and I'm saying it, I bet you're not actually going to be using 4 1-bit adders. I think you can get away with doing 2, and you do something with their numbers to give you different outputs. But what's you still do, so would it be, instead of 2 inputs to the, let's look at it. So instead of doing 2 inputs into it, would I do 4? Would I combine it to where I have 4 going into 1 and then there's 2 outputs? I don't know. I'm just it's seeing that stuff that my brain is like, hey, something's up. Because again, if this was the lowest amount of transistors to use, I would already be the proper grade would be reduced plus plus, and it would be the most efficient you can get out of that section. But there's other people that have made them faster, so I'm sure that has something to do with I know that my design of the 1-bit adder wasn't the fastest, but I did fairly decent. But I don't have a super fast one. It's just the fast plus, not the plus plus. So this is where this stuff is going to really get interesting, because then you get real creative on how to approach it. But I am a little surprised, not so much by this. I knew that the 4x4 might possibly take up a little bit more real estate, because you can see it. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Just looking at it from the top down, you can see all the empty space in some of that stuff. So, I may be able to do a little bit more with that. 3 lanes right there on purpose to give me more leeway to work with things, because I knew what I was fighting was this stupid inverter out to go over here to this rail. That was this guy right here. That was the only one that I wasn't sure how I can really make that better. I was even considering flip-flopping the power and negative of these guys, and then maybe that rail can go to that output. So, like, for instance, instead of fighting over here, it would go from here to there. See how this one is? But then I also was like, I'm going to be in the same boat. If I flip-flop them, then this other one has to cross. And I'm just like, damn it. So I could just go and optimize that some more and try some things. But this is still leaps and bounds a much better design than what I had started off with when I was just purely going by schematics for everything. The schematics are a guideline, and they do help you get a working circuit. They do not help you in figuring out how to jam it all into a small space and make it super fast, super efficient, least amount of transistors. So I did save this, right? So we're saved. And then before we forget, I want to rename it. So we have the 2x8 4-bit, and now this is going to be the 4x4 4-bit. Okay. All right. So that went fairly smooth. So what would be a goal? Definitely something up with this. And it doesn't appear that anybody has reduced the transistors on this thing. And so I'm thinking, what could it possibly be? And my gut is telling me it's that I'm not actually going to use 4 1-bit adders or some other way to trick it. But I'm not sure what that is. So I don't know. Shit. Now this one should be pretty straightforward as far as you just basically use what you just built. No instructions. What do you do? You can combine 2 4-bit adders and just take the carry out of the first one and put it into the carry in of the second one, and you're done. So it's literally something like this. Put 2 of them together. This one might be a better. It does look a little bit better and more compact doing that one. That's the 2x8s. I mean, just visually looking at it, you see it? See how much longer my 4x4 one is? Because it's more square, but when you start lining them up like that, this would probably be the way to go. And then just give yourself the room to do the inputs, because you got a lot going on there. So it's probably going to need to be something like this, like maybe 4 wide, maybe even 5 wide. I don't know, because that's going to be 16 inputs and 8 outputs. So 16 inputs. I'm just going to give myself the real estate and just make it somewhat inefficient. Make sure I got this right. That's lined up. I'm trying to not move my mouse too much and screw it up. And then now I don't know if I screwed it up. That's lined up. I think that should be fine. Because again, all I'm doing is jumpering that carry out over to the carry in of this set, and everything's already jumpered. So I think that'll be fine. You just simply take this dude here, by that dude there, by And then she puts these were the A's. Right? This is the one I did first. So I'm trying to remember if my carry in was right here. And what I can do is turn that on. Ah, that's right, I don't need to do that. There's so many wires. It's a lot. I almost feel like I want to put all the B's down here. Damn it. This is rough. Probably be best to start with the B's in the third cluster here. No, this is the 4-bit, the first 4-bit. This is the second 4-bit. So it probably would be best to have the B's start on this side and the A start on this side, and then cross them over. I could be wrong, but that's probably what I'm going to do. This is rough. I just want him out of the way. Right there. I need to move it 2 over. That basically gives everything perfectly divided right there. You got 4 sums at the very bottom of the 4-bit adder, the first one, and you got 4 sums at the top of the second 4-bit adder. So, okay. I'm just curious how bad this design will be for the for the score. Oh, but I might have to take a break for a minute. This is tedious, man. This is right up my alley. Of course, though, this is who I am. This is what I do. I literally did some of this today at work, doing hooking up combining for returns of a RF leakage detector for our cable systems. Basically, the way it works is you drive your bucket truck, you drive your truck around, and it has an antenna. And if it's picking up signal in the air that's not supposed to be there, because our stuff should be on a cable line. So if it's picking it up, that's a problem. And it'll automatically report and say, hey, we picked up 50 microvolt leak at the corner of 1st and 2nd Street in such and such city. And, that's something that I think you have 36 hours. The FCC regulates some of that stuff too. So there's a certain amount of time you have to fix a certain power, the power of the leak. Like I think if it's 200 microvolts or more, you need to fix it immediately. Anything less than that, you have like maybe a couple days or something like that to fix it. So, but this reporting system does everything all automatic. So that way, without anybody saying anything, we know the moment we're like, hey, there's a leak right there, and it'll create that ticket. And then once we know it's in the system, and like, all right, we got to go fix it. Uh, Maintenance guy goes out and fixes it, and then it'll see that the leak is gone while he is present, and that'll automatically report that too and say, hey, currently, while the current situation of First and Second Street, the microvolt leak is now 5. That's nothing. That's not a problem. We're you know we don't need to fix that. That is within a certain threshold that is acceptable. So, um, and there's really not much of any kind of like a human interaction at that point to have to report it. See, like when you leave it up to people to report that stuff, some guys don't, or they don't see it, or are not aware of it, or maybe their alarm thing doesn't go off and they can't hear it, because it does give off an audible alarm. Um, so whether or not that stuff's working properly, or the technician's not reporting it, or whatever, it's still a problem that these things need to be fixed, and we can't have our signal just going wherever the hell it wants, because it could interfere with other services and other people and other companies. So yeah, like I said, the FCC regulates a lot of that stuff. So this automatic reporting system is pretty cool, and it's going to find a lot of stuff, and it's going to create a lot of work, but it's work that needs to be done. So we need to keep our system tight. Think of it like water pipes. Like, you wouldn't want water pipes bursting all over your city, right? And at the same time, you don't want dirt getting into it and dirtying up the water supply, because then you can't drink your water, or you don't want to shower in it if it's all muddy. Well, it's the same thing with the cable systems. You don't want signal not only getting out, but you don't want it to be able to come in and interfere with the signals you're trying to provide to your customers. So, um, so yeah, that's why it's important that that stuff is tight and clean and not causing problems and not picking up any off-air interference from anything. So I was hooking up those servers, and it's similar to this. I'm just hooking up cables from one port to another, powering the equipment on, getting it on a network, things like that. So it's kind of funny that I'm enjoying a game like this, and it actually is somewhat similar to my job too. When it comes to fiber optics, phone lines, network cable lines, things like that. Uh, there's similarities to it, because it's all inputs, outputs, voltage. Does the thing turn on? Is it getting what it needs to do its job? Is it providing what you desire, what you want it to do? Is the device working the way you want it? Um, so yeah, I'll stop talking about that stuff. It's interesting to me. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed my career. Um, this stuff is fun to me. So I think I'm gonna take a break for a little bit. I think this is gonna take some work, but I am curious to see what this one will come out looking like. And then eventually, at some point, I move on to more advanced chips and actually play more of the game instead of building gates and doing all this shit. I'm sure there's going to be more surprises, but I'm definitely curious what the hell is going to be the way to remove transistors from these circuits to make them do the same thing. So there's definitely going to be more to learn here. That's for sure. But yeah, let's leave that at that. It's just nice that they're advanced, though. That is the whole reason I went through the trouble of doing a lot of the stuff I've done. So without much thought, I was able to get a 4-bit advanced chip because of, again, working on this one so diligently and working on my gates diligently. So I think the true optimization is going to be working on these more complex chips now. That's where it's going to get really, really interesting. So we'll see how that goes.